Hi there and welcome. How are you today? So, since I've been back from my trip, I was away for a week, I've been inspired to create a community for us that we can all be together every day if that's what we wish. So let me know in the comments how this video makes you feel, what your thoughts are. The inspiration came because I honestly thought we would be creating this gorgeous community here on YouTube. But I've found shortly after starting this new channel that for some reason, whatever that reason is, the beautiful comments that people are making on the videos are not showing up on my feed. Sometimes I'll find them in an email here or there, but then I come to look for them on that particular video and the comment does not appear on my feed. Now, I've done a little bit of research in this past week since I've been back, and there's quite a few videos on why comments don't appear. So it's not something I have control over, unfortunately. I've gone into the settings and I've set it to unrestricted. So that's meant to allow any comments to come through and all comments to come through. But the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm still goes through and filters. And if there are particular words, it won't allow that comment to appear. Mostly for me, but sometimes even for everyone. And so this has been an ongoing issue. For me, I love YouTube because I love being here. I love talking to you and I feel like we have more of a connection than if I was working through Facebook. But even on Facebook, I've noticed many times that people will complain that their posts aren't showing up. People aren't seeing their posts for whatever reason. So Facebook also has its own thing going on. You know, we don't have any control over it. So I didn't want people thinking that I come through and delete all the messages that I don't like, because I feel that it's all spirit. And so whatever comes up for me is meant to come up, whether it ruffles my feathers, whether it fills my heart with love for that morning. All of it to me is spirit. A few months ago when I had first started the channel, there was a comment about religion. And at the time I deleted that comment because I thought this channel is not about religion. I'm not here to talk about religion. So, eventually I put that comment back up, you know, because that person was just expressing their view. You know, who am I to pull down that comment? They were just expressing their view. And at the time it had to do with the fact that I was calling Jesus with a J, and apparently it's the new version, you know, that's the version that I grew up with in the Catholic Church. In our Bible, Jesus was with a J. That's what I grew up with. And I find that when I do talk to Jesus in person, that he doesn't correct me. He's not offended either way. He's thrilled that I'm communicating with him, that I'm open to receiving messages from him, advice, guidance, whatever it is that I need. He's just thrilled that I call him. He doesn't care what I call him. You know, if this was one of the topics for spirit guides, that people were so caught up on calling their spirit guides the correct name, the right name. Your spirit guides don't care. A name is just a name. And for me, the same goes with the name I use here. I'm not, in my old YouTube channel, yes, I was caught up with the name I was using because it wasn't the name I was born with. But as you become more and more evolved, and that's when I understood, you know, the singer Prince, when for a long time he went under the symbol. It was a symbol he was using. He didn't want to use the word prince anymore. You get to a point in your life where you don't need a label. It doesn't define you. It doesn't define who you are, what people call you. You'll notice when I talk about my jobs, I teach piano. Sometimes I'll say I am a piano teacher, but it's not who I am. It's just the job that I do. I perform Reiki sessions. I do Reiki, and I am a Reiki master teacher. I have that certificate, but it's not who I am. It's just what I do. There's a difference. So whether my name is Hollie or not, whether I call Jesus with a J or not, is not what matters. It's not who we are energetically. Names don't matter. You know, I just finished writing this gorgeous chapter in my new book. So before I get on to that chapter about words, about names, about labels, all these labels that we feel we need to feel validated in this world. I am this and I am that and I am the other, to make us feel important, to make us feel that we have value. To me, none of that adds value to me, makes me feel more or less valuable because I have all these diplomas and all these certificates and all these courses that I have completed. I am still spirit. It's that simple. And that's what I always come back to at the end of the day. It doesn't matter that I can do these things. I am spirit, and that's the only thing I come back to say I am. All these other things, when we, I am this and I am that. Why do we feel the need? For me, it's about needing validation. That, I am all these things, therefore I have value, I am valuable. But spirit doesn't care. It doesn't care. And your soul doesn't care that you have all these titles or that you can do all these things. They are both about being. What you are being in every moment. Who you are being in every moment. So before I get into where this video is headed today, about words, about labels, about titles, let me say once again, and I'll probably mention it in the next few videos in case people miss this one, I am interested in starting up a community, a membership. There will be a fee for this membership. I haven't quite decided on the price. The reason for the fee is because whatever site I create the membership on will cost me. And so I just want enough to cover that fee each month, that it's not coming out of my pocket. The second thing that I want people to be very clear about is that this community is for all of us. So in the morning, if you come in and you watch a beautiful video and you have all these thoughts, all these things that you want to share, things have come up for you. Instead of sharing it here where it's probably going to be deleted, because that's what I see every morning. I come in and I barely have 2 comments a day on each video. Go in to your membership of a morning after watching the video. It's just 1 click. You can save it in your bar, your top bar at the top. I have all my most important things, Facebook, YouTube, all the things that I use to create the videos are all in my top bar. They're all saved up there. It takes 1 click to go in, 1 click to log in, and you're there, making a beautiful comment to share. What I would love is for people to make a short video, even if it's just 1 minute, that I can see your beautiful faces, that I can hear your beautiful voice, even if it's just to say, hi, I'm so-and-so. Say for me, hi, I'm Hollie. I live in Sydney, Australia. Anything that you feel you want to share in that moment. The reason for that is that when I see a person, and I'm sure it happens for most of you, I've done courses where you just get slides and I don't feel a connection. But when I do courses and I have a person in front of me, there's a strong connection one way or another of whether this resonates with me or not. And so in that moment that you record that video, for us to see you, for us to hear you, energetically, we connect with you much stronger. And you will find that when others are doing the same and you get to see all the beautiful members that are there, that you will connect energetically. The other reason I wanted to create this gorgeous community where you can be a member and come in every day and share and know that each one of you has the same level in there as I do. I'm trying to think of the right word for it. In terms of if you see something that's shared and it resonates with your heart, you can answer that question. You can comment on whatever it is that that person is sharing. It's not just for me to go in there and to be answering everyone's questions and to be commenting. There are so many beautiful beings in this community, so evolved spiritually. Some I feel even higher than where I feel I am at the moment, just by some of the comments that have come through. Just the energy I feel is just such a high frequency. So I know there are many evolved beings here listening to these gorgeous videos that are more than capable of answering questions in our community, more than capable of commenting. And Spirit is working through you to reach that person. Always remember, Spirit is in all of us. We are Spirit. So whoever feels pulled to answer, to talk to someone that has shared something, know that it is perfect for them. Now, this space that I wish to create, for me, is a space of unconditional love, just like all these videos. If in your heart you feel you want to be a part of a community like that, then this space is for you. A space where there is no judgment, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you want to share. A space that feels safe for all of us. I know in my heart that there are many of you out there that have beautiful things to share. Moments with angels, moments with spirit guides. And what happens is that when we share these beautiful experiences that we have, we open up a door of possibilities for others to walk through. For those who are on the fence, not sure if they exist, they don't exist, whether to believe or not believe, that beautiful spirit guides exist and we can be in touch with them every day, every moment, if that is our heart's desire. When people share from their heart, as I do, and it resonates, there's a knowing inside of you that yes, they do exist. They are real. Then it's a step in that direction for you to open that channel of communication with them. You know? So this space of unconditional love, and I think that's what I want to call this community that I want to get started with, this membership place. I'm still mulling over the fee. Originally, I really loved $11, a month. I thought that's less than $3 a week. It's not much. But my daughter, when I told her that, said, "Oh, Mummy, that's too much. People won't be interested if it's too much." With that, I thought members that are part of that community can get special discounts to future courses that I will be creating, because more than coaching, I'm really being pulled towards creating courses, just like I am always pulled to creating these beautiful books. And the beauty of the courses is that you work through it in your own time. If it takes you a week to get through a module, then it takes you a week. If you get through it in an hour, then it takes you an hour. With coaching, it's different. It's like you have to address things I like to do the coaching each fortnight so that you have space in between to reflect on what has come up in the session that you've had. With Reiki, the same. For people that sign up to do more than one Reiki session, I do them monthly. Because in a month, once you've received all the information that you received for the first one, and you keep watching videos and you keep evolving, when you come in the next month for your next Reiki session, new information will be revealed. So it looks like we haven't got much time left now to work on words, titles. We'll do it in the next video. But for now, this is what I'm being inspired to bring forward. Also, let us know in the comments if you feel, yes, you are interested in having your own community. The other reason I feel I would love to have one is that for the longest time on my journey, I always felt so alone, especially after awakening. You feel like you're talking a different language and no one understands what you are saying. No one understands what you are going through. And there are so many things that you feel you can't share with the people around you. For me, it's not, I can't share because they're going to think I'm, a Fruit Loop or a nut bag. I like calling myself a nut bag. I'm not worried about any of that. For me, it's about allowing them their path without influencing, especially with my daughter. I want her to find her own way, for her to learn to listen to her own heart and follow her own path that may be completely different to mine. We were having this conversation the other day, and she was saying to me, "Mummy, when you pass away, when you die," she said, "what do you want me to do with your YouTube channel?" And I said to her, "You know what? I don't know." Because in that moment that she asked me, I remember being so little. The earliest memory I have, I would have been 4 years old and 5 years old and onwards. And I would see strangers on the bus, strangers on the train, strangers anywhere we went. And I would always look at them with big eyes and I would study their faces. And as soon as they would look at me, I would smile. And many times they would smile back. Sometimes they would look away. But because I was a child, there was that innocence that people wouldn't look at you like, what are you looking at? My mom was worried and she would always tell me to stop doing that because to her it wasn't a safe world. It's not a safe place. But from so little, I felt this need to connect to others. When my daughter was little, 3, 4, 5, and I would meet neighbors on the street on our walks, and these weren't people that were strangers, she would hide behind me and they would want to talk to her and I would have to answer their questions, because if she did answer, it would be this tiny little mumble behind me. She was so shy. We are so different. So I know that her path is different. And it may be something so much bigger than what I can imagine in this moment. But to me, even if all she came to do was to wake me up and put me on this beautiful path, that is enough. Thanks to her, all these beautiful books were written. Thanks to her, the first YouTube channel was created. Thanks to her, I'm here creating these videos. Thanks to her, I will be creating a beautiful community for people to become members and talk to each other every day, where there will be no judgment, just love, just a space that we can be ourselves, that we can share whatever is coming up for us. So, let us know. But she was the one that was saying that $11 was too much. For me, I don't want it too cheap that then you end up with anyone in there, and then you end up with the type of people that aren't going to make it a safe space, you know. This is the feeling I get. I know I can remove these members, you know, if that's the energy I am feeling from them. But let me know what you think, what your thoughts are, how you feel, if it's something that you would definitely be interested in. What price would you be comfortable with? I know she told me not to ask, but it's for all of us. So I feel that I should ask, because this community is for you. The community we will be creating is for all of us. All right, my beautiful beings. I love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And share these beautiful videos. Share them, that others may receive the beautiful information in them. You never know who may need this information today. All right, my beautiful beings. Bye for now. Remember to let me know in the comments. And if you find that your comment isn't showing up, send me an email. The email is below. I always receive those. Okay? Send me an email. It doesn't matter. All right. Bye for now.